All right, let's have an honest conversation, because this one is going to sting a little for some of you. Being a good guy is not the problem. Being kind, being generous, being supportive, those are genuinely great qualities. The problem is when those qualities come packaged with zero boundaries, zero backbone, and a constant need to make sure everyone around you is comfortable at the expense of your own self-respect. That's not kindness anymore. That's people-pleasing. And people-pleasing is one of the fastest ways to lose a woman's respect without ever understanding why. Because here's the truth, and nobody wants to say out loud, women don't lose attraction to good men. They lose attraction to men who are so desperate to be liked that they've forgotten how to have a spine. And today we're fixing that. Here's how to stop being too nice and start being genuinely respected. Let's get into it. Number 1. Understand the difference between kindness and approval seeking. Kindness is giving because you want to. Approval seeking is giving because you're afraid of what happens if you don't. One comes from strength, the other comes from fear, and women feel the difference immediately. When you compliment her genuinely because you mean it, that's attractive. When you compliment her every 5 minutes because you need her to like you, that's exhausting. When you help her because you want to, that's character. When you say yes to everything she asks because you're terrified of her pulling away, that's weakness. Start asking yourself honestly, am I doing this because I want to or because I'm afraid of the reaction if I don't? That question alone will show you exactly where the problem is. Number 2. Start saying no without explaining yourself to death. Nice guys can't say no. Or when they do, they bury it under so many apologies and explanations that the no loses all its weight. I'm really sorry I can't make it. I have this thing, but I could maybe move it. Actually, you know what? Never mind, I'll figure it out. Sound familiar? Here's the move. No is a complete sentence. You don't owe anyone a paragraph every time you have a boundary. Hey, I can't do that. Hey, that doesn't work for me. Said calmly, said warmly, said without guilt. The first few times this will feel uncomfortable, do it anyway. Because every time you say no from a genuine place, without over-explaining, without apologizing for existing, you build the kind of self-respect that other people can actually feel. Number 3. Stop tolerating things that bother you in silence. This is the one that builds the most resentment over time. She does something that bothers you, and instead of addressing it calmly, you let it go. And then it happens again, and again, and you keep swallowing it because you don't want to rock the boat. Until one day you either explode over something small or you've built up so much quiet resentment that the whole dynamic is poisoned. Here's the alternative. Address things early and calmly. Not with drama, not with a lecture, just directly. Hey, when you do that, it's not something I'm okay with. One sentence, calm tone, no explosion. That's it. A man who can address what bothers him without drama or aggression, that's a man with emotional maturity, and emotional maturity is deeply attractive because it's rare. Number 4, have standards and actually hold them. Nice guys accept whatever they're given because they're just grateful to be included. They overlook red flags. They make excuses for bad behavior. They lower their standards the moment they're worried about losing someone. And here's what that communicates. I don't think I deserve better than this. Women don't respect men who don't respect themselves. It's that simple. When you have real standards, things you genuinely won't compromise on, and you hold them calmly without negotiating them away every time someone pushes back, you communicate something powerful. I know my worth. I know what I will and won't accept. And that quiet certainty is one of the most attractive things a man can project. Number 5. Let her experience the consequences of her actions. Nice guys absorb everything. She cancels last minute, no problem. She's disrespectful. He laughs it off. She treats him poorly. He doubles down on being nice, hoping it'll fix things. And what she learns from all of that is there are no consequences. She can do anything and he'll still be there with the same warm smile, handing over the same unlimited patience. Here's the shift. Let natural consequences exist. She cancels last minute without a real reason. You don't immediately reschedule. she's disrespectful, you pull back your energy calmly, not as punishment, not as manipulation, just as a natural reflection of the fact that how people treat you affects how much access they get to you. That's not cruelty, that's self-respect. And self-respect is the foundation of being genuinely respected by anyone else. Look, the goal here is not to become cold, hard, or difficult. The goal is to become a man who is genuinely good and genuinely grounded. Warm but not weak, kind but not a pushover, generous but not desperate. That combination, real kindness backed by real standards, is what creates lasting attraction and lasting respect. Because at the end of the day, women don't want a yes man, they want a real man. Be that. Drop a comment and tell me which one of these you're working on. And go watch the next video. It covers exactly how this shows up in confidence and attraction. Ready to build a better version of yourself? Subscribe to join us. We're just getting started. Stay locked in. Peace.